Traditional cricket required 5 days of patience in an era of 8-second attention spans. Test matches were the prestigious, historical backbone of the sport, but they were increasingly out of sync with a hyper-accelerated entertainment landscape. By 2007, the Board of Control for Cricket in India faced a challenge to its authority. A private media group launched the Indian Cricket League, a city-based tournament that threatened the BCCI's absolute monopoly over the Indian game. The response began in South Africa, where an unheralded Indian team won the first-ever T20 World Cup. That final match drew 400 million viewers. It was the definitive proof that a massive global audience was ready to trade 5 days of history for 3 hours of high-intensity action. The BCCI didn't launch the IPL to celebrate the sport. They built it as a defensive weapon to crush a competitor and secure their grip on the market. The man tasked with designing this defensive weapon was a sports executive named Lalit Modi. Modi's blueprint integrated elite international cricket with Bollywood glamour and massive injections of private capital. By treating the sport as a privatized entertainment product rather than a national pastime, the league decoupled cricket from its traditional, slow-moving roots. When the league launched on April 18, 2008, Brendan McCullum shattered the traditional pace of the game, scoring 158 runs in the opening match. It was a violent departure from the sport's established rhythm. The league moved matches to an 8 p.m. start time. By occupying primetime television, they ensured the sport was competing for the same audience as nightly news and soap operas. The quiet atmosphere of traditional grounds was replaced by a sensory blitz, incorporating music and cheerleaders to maintain a constant level of engagement. Franchise ownership was sold to Bollywood stars like Preeti Zinta and Shah Rukh Khan, providing a familiar entry point for fans who had never watched a full cricket match. Corporate titans, including Mukesh Ambani, bought in simultaneously, providing the league with the immediate financial credibility of a major industrial sector. By packaging the sport as a 3-hour blockbuster, the IPL successfully converted casual observers into a dedicated, high-value consumer base. The player auction provided the central engine for this growth. It commoditized athletes, establishing their value through an open, transparent bidding process. These massive 6-week contracts offered more money than years of service on a national team, effectively pulling the center of gravity for global cricket toward India. Growth is most visible in media rights. The initial $1.6 billion deal in 2008 was eclipsed by recent cycles surging past $6 billion. Today, a mobile-first strategy on platforms like Jio Hotstar reaches hundreds of millions of phone viewers, making traditional television secondary. The combination of the open auction and the broadcast model turned players into high-yield financial assets, valued and traded based on their ability to generate a specific return for a corporate owner. By 2026, the scale is undeniable. The IPL is the world's second most valuable sports league, requiring massive physical infrastructure to maintain momentum. The 2026 mega auction saw teams spend at unprecedented levels, including a single $2.7 million contract for Australian all-rounder Cameron Green. The sponsorship landscape has also shifted toward tech, aviation, and renewable energy, moving away from the regulatory risks of the fantasy gaming sector. The league now functions as a highly sophisticated financial ecosystem, subject to the same level of regulatory scrutiny as a major stock exchange. This concentration of wealth creates significant operational risks. A $12 billion entity is a target for information leaks, betting syndicates, and targeted compromise. In 2026, the BCCI initiated a crackdown on real culture, restricting players and influencers from sharing behind-the-scenes content that could inadvertently reveal tactical data. Security officials flagged the WAGS loophole, expressing concern that unregulated access for family members could lead to honey trap scenarios and the unauthorized leak of sensitive team information. Even the billionaire owners received formal warnings to stay out of player dugouts and follow strict anti-corruption protocols. These 2026 crackdowns represent the ultimate legacy of the IPL. The BCCI has successfully optimized a traditional sport into a $12 billion asset that must be guarded with the intensity of